Good morning, students. Let us discuss the next part of the lesson towards gender equality. So, after completing the lesson, what we have to decided yesterday? So, there is no gender equality in our country. So, in our country, we are giving more importance to boys or men when you compare with the girls. Already we have taken so many examples in the previous class. Next, fewer girls, fewer women. So, all this discrimination, what is the meaning of discrimination? Showing differences between men and women to providing different facilities like education, health, food, and job opportunities. So that is called the discrimination. So all these discriminations have very sad consequences. So let us see what are those. So for example, we find that the proportion of females in Indian population is constantly decreasing. So what is happening? The number of female are decreasing in our population. So how? In 1951, there were 946 female for every 1,000 males. So while taking the census, what we understood, so for every 1,000 male, 946 females are available. This is called the sex ratio. So what is the meaning of sex ratio? How many female are available for 1,000 male is called the sex ratio. In 1951, there are 946 females for every 1,000 males. In 1981, it declined to 934 for 1,000 males. After that, it rose to 940 females for 1,000 males by 2011. Even when you compare with three years, 1951, 1981, 2011, even though in 2011 also there is a less percentage of females are available for 1,000 male because of discrimination. This has happened because of discrimination. Let us look at the situation in Telangana. In 1991, there were 969 females, 2,000 males. So when you compare with India, so the situation is little bit better in Telangana. The situation has improved, and in 2011 there were 988 females to 1,000 males. Okay, so it is little bit better. So this places Telangana among the best states in the country with regard to sex ratio. However, among children under 6 years, we see that the number of girls per 1,000 boys is rapidly declining. So after 6 years, the percentage is decreasing, means the girl children are dying after 6 years because of different problems, because of health problems, because of actually when you compare with boys, the girls are having more immunity power, even though because of discrimination in food, education, health. So the girl childs are dying. So you can see the table given here. In 1991, boys 1,000, girls 978. In 2001, 1,000 boys and 963 girls. In 2011, 1,000 boys and 933 girls. Difference is 67. Okay, so actually normally equal number of girls and boys should take birth. Usually the number of girls and boys take birth. So after the birth, the proportion of girls is less, it means that girls and women are not able to live a healthy life in our country and are dying earlier than men. The girl child or women are dying earlier than men because of discrimination in health and food. But why is this proportion constantly declining? So this may be due to many reasons, because of so many reasons. In some families, don't claim to all families. So in some families, especially poor and rural families, young girls do not get sufficient nutritious food. That taking and providing sufficient nutritious food. Already you know, as a science students, nutritious food. Okay, next. And are not able to survive when they suffer from diseases if you don't have a immunity power. So what will happen? So the diseases will be attack. So already you know that now in this situation, COVID-19 will be affect who don't have the immunity power. Okay, so now vaccination also came. The vaccination cannot prevent the disease. It improves the immunity power in the body. Okay, do you know that? So only the vaccination try to improve the immunity power in our body. It cannot prevent the disease. Okay, next, girl children in India also face discrimination. Not only in the different countries, in India also we are facing discrimination. So they do not receive proper medical treatment. In recent times, the proportion of girls has reduced also due to female feticide, means act of killing, a social practice where girl children are killed before they are born. So because of technology, so before giving birth also they are knowing either the babies either boy or girl. Okay, this is also means that technological advancement gives people the choice of giving birth to only male children. If they find the girl children at the time of pregnancy, they are committing abortion. Okay, so means to end the pregnancy, they are trying to kill the baby girls in the womb only. That's why the proportion is showing difference. Okay, next, difference in literacy levels. So what is the meaning of literacy? So knowing reading and writing above the 7 years boys, so that is called literacy. So here one picture given, so you can understand so how the literacy level is different. So the number of males and females aged 7 years and above who can read and write in Telugu or any other language is called the literacy rate. There are more male literates compared to females in Telangana. This picture explain about the literacy rate in Telangana only. So this type of tables may give in the exams also. So here navy blue color and another maroon color given. So male, the navy blue color explain about the male literacy rate, and this color explain about the female literacy rate. There are more male literates compared to females in Telangana. So you can notice that here taken for 100 male or 100 female. So for every 100 females in Telangana, in 1991 was only 29 female are literate. So here 53 male are literate and only 29 female are literate per 100. So there is a much difference between male and female in 1991. Okay, this has increased to 2011, 2001. That is female male literate is 68, female literate are 46, but 2011 that is 75 and 58. It is increased in the 2011. So even there is a difference between male and female. Okay, so you can notice that there is a gap between the male and female is declining. So because of educated parents, because of facilities provided by the government, okay, so the schools are increased and labor act has imposed. So below 14 years students should not work, so they should be enrolled in the schools, mandatory, that is a mandatory. So because of all the laws, because of the facilities, now the female literacy rate is increasing, but when you compare with the boys, that is less. Okay, next. Telangana and Andhra Pradesh have one of the largest educational systems in India, with nearly 1.50 crore students studying in more than 1 lakh schools and colleges. So more facilities are there in Telugu states. So government are concentrating on education and they are providing government schools and another institutions also, and they are implementing the labor laws properly. So children dropping out of school is also an important problem. What is the meaning of dropping out? Some children in the middle of the year they discontinued the schools because of economical problems, because of health problems, because of migration. So so many families migrate one place to another place for livelihood, for searching of jobs. Okay, so for better improvement, for better facilities, what they will do? So they migrate from village to towns, towns to urban areas to cities. So along with the families, the students also migrate. So that's why they discontinue their studies. Okay, so that is called the what that is the meaning of dropping out. Children dropping out of schools is also an important problem. 30 years ago, this problem was more, particularly among girls. Next, for example, if 100 girl children started going to school, more than 65 of them discontinued their schooling after class 5. So up to class 5, only the girl children are going to school. Later, they are discontinuing. Okay, so in fact, not more than 15 girls were able to pursue intermediate education, continuing their intermediate education. So 15% only doing intermediate education. So after that, very few percent will do graduation or post graduation or engineering. Okay, understood? So next, another aspect of discrimination is low literacy levels among women. If the woman is educated, if the mother is educated, definitely they insist the children, girl children, to go to school. They try to convince the husband and other family members to send girls to school. Okay, so girls are not encouraged to go to school and are made to stay at home to do the household work or work in fields and shops. So why? Because of low income to lead their families. So what they will do? The girl students sent to work. They allot household work. Why? Because mother will go outside to work in the shops or fields. That's why the girl should be work in the home. Okay, but the situation is not there in our homes. Why? Because our parents are educated and they are doing jobs and they are providing facilities to you, especially girl students. Okay, next. Even the girls who go to school have little time to study at home as they have to do a lot of household work after school time. But in our school, so all girl students are providing more facilities at homes, even though they are not showing interest to study. Is it right or not? Okay, so see that in some families, in some areas, so the girl students are not getting time to read after the school hours. Why? Because after school hours they should do household work. Okay, even when girls manage to go to school and study, they are discouraged from taking subjects like mathematics and science. Why? Because these are more important and they have to study higher studies. Then only they will get importance. That's why they are not encouraging. They are discouraging to take these subjects which are considered more suitable for boys. Girls are told that they can only learn subjects like literature and home sciences. There is no freedom to girls to take the subjects also in the higher classes. In fact, many institutions practice gender bias by not allowing boys to opt for subjects like home sciences and forcing girls alone to opt for them. So here the girls are taking literature or home sciences, but some groups are reserved for the boys. But there is also discrimination is there in subjects. Okay, so now the situation has improved. Why? Because of our parents are educated. That's why the situation is improved. At 1/6 of children stop going to school after class 5. There are no major differences one could find between girl and boys in this regard. Okay, next. Right to property. What is the meaning of right to property? So it is a mandatory. So once upon a time, right to property was the fundamental right. So what is the fundamental right? So some rights given to people of India by our constitution, citizens of India. So our constitution means the book of rules. Already you know, I think, about the constitution. Constitution given some fundamental rights. So everyone can enjoy these rights. If anyone not getting these rights, they can go to court to get these rights. So right to property was also one of the fundamental right once upon a time, but later that was removed from fundamental rights. So you can see the fundamental rights: right to freedom, right to education, right to equality, right against the exploitation, right to freedom of religion, right to constitutional remedies. Okay, so these are the fundamental rights, 6 fundamental rights. Once upon a time there are 7 fundamental rights. So right to property was also fundamental right, but that was removed from the fundamental right. Now we are having only 6 fundamental rights. Okay, so in India, most resources like land and factories, buildings, houses, anything property, fixed properties may purchase in the name of men or establish factories or organizations on the name of men only. Even though the law provides that property of parents should be divided equally between all children, both sons and daughters. So that is a law. That is a right. the property of parents should be distributed equal between all children, both boy and girl, but that is not happening in the families. So parents think more assets or properties will give to son only. Okay, next. In actual practice, very few girls get a share in their parents' property, which is usually passed only to sons. As a result, women have little support, economical support, or control over the productive resources like land, shop, or factories. So, already we discussed most of the establishments made on the name of sons only, and even these women, depending on fathers or husbands, sons, brothers for economical support. Okay, so the situation in Telangana in recent times is relatively better when you compare with other states. We are having 29 states. When you compare with other states, in Telangana, this situation is a little bit better. Why? Because this is due to the laws made in the state in 1980s, which made it mandatory that the ancestral property of parent should be equally divided between sons and daughters. So here one clause is there. Which property can distribute between sons and daughters equally? Ancestral. Ancestral means the property which is came from the grandfathers. So the property which is earned by, procured by parent. So that is his wish only, parents' wish only. But ancestral property should be distributed equally between sons and daughters according to this act. Okay, that was enacted in 1980 in Telangana. In fact, our state was the first state in the country to make such property laws to reduce discrimination. Okay, so this is the first state which is enacted this type of laws. Later, some different states followed this. Okay, like this, so many discriminations are there between boys and girls. First one is in education, health, food and opportunities, and even distribution and property also. There is a discrimination between men and women. Okay, clear? So we will discuss the next part of the lesson in the next class. So write your own notes and send to me. Thank you.